Well, we're exploring the colossal non-disclosure agreements those in Combs' inner circle may have had to sign.
How this NDA could be legal. How Diddy could actually enforce this.
Diddy's known for making his artists sign NDAs in exchange for silence and looking the other way when they see freaky stuff.
I have to sign an NDA that I will never disparage Puff, Bad Boy.
Would the rules of an NDA force someone to keep quiet?
I don't understand the use of an NDA if you are aware of something going on in your environment that is illegal.
Strict rules P. Diddy forced people to follow at his freak-off parties.
Guys, have you seen what you need to sign if you go to a Diddy party?
Recently, a strikingly restrictive non-disclosure agreement tied to Sean Diddy Combs has surfaced.
Have you ever laid eyes on the contract required to attend a Diddy bash? This document's been floating around for a while,
providing an unusual look into a world filled with disturbing allegations around his infamous freak-off parties. Known for his lavish lifestyle and celebrity influence, Diddy's use of NDAs seems to push these agreements to extreme levels. Attorney Gavin Tudor Elliott, who reviewed the NDA for the Miami Herald, pointed out that while these agreements are common in the entertainment industry, the one associated with Diddy is far from ordinary. Most NDAs are created to shield a celebrity's personal or professional life from public scrutiny. But Diddy's NDA reportedly goes far beyond simple privacy protection. This document might just be the broadest non-disclosure I've ever seen, Elliott remarked, reflecting on his 20-plus years in corporate contract work. According to him, the lack of specifics in Diddy's NDA raises more questions than it answers. Elliott suggests that the agreement may be designed less for privacy and more as a tool for controlling information and instilling fear in potential witnesses. Unlike standard NDAs that protect personal or business details, Diddy's NDA appears to create an intimidating culture of silence. The document restricts disclosure about virtually everything relating to Diddy, but what's unusual is its broad phrasing. Instead of focusing on specific boundaries, the NDA's vagueness leaves those who sign it wondering exactly who and what they're being forced to stay silent about. Elliott describes the document as so ambiguous that someone with little legal experience would likely feel compelled to stay silent about any interaction they had within Diddy's circle, even if criminal activities were involved. Rather than shielding a star from a few bad press moments, this NDA almost feels like a safety net for any questionable conduct. This NDA came to light as part of a lawsuit from music producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones.
The new allegations against Sean Diddy Combs, a music producer, is accusing hip-hop mogul of assaulting him,
who claims Diddy leads an organization with criminal implications, even accusing him of overseeing a less than legal network.
Very scary for myself, and it has me worried about my kids.
Lil Rod's lawsuit includes the NDA as evidence, showing that it was presented to people at a Hollywood recording studio where an alleged pew-pew went off. Lil Rod asserts that during a confrontation involving Diddy, Justin Bieber perhaps, and Justin Bieber's friend, a pew-pew ended up going off, leading to a cover-up. According to Lil Rod, Diddy's team altered the narrative, claiming the incident was a robbery outside the studio. Law enforcement hasn't released official reports, but Lil Rod recounts rushing to help Justin's injured friend, only for the friend to disappear afterward. Lil Rod's lawsuit is just one among multiple recent legal challenges for Diddy, who faces other accusations tied to misconduct. The R&B singer Cassie Ventura previously filed a lawsuit alleging years of manipulation and control, which was quickly settled, but her allegations seem to have opened the floodgates.
Allegedly shows Combs assaulting then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura in a hallway.
In the wake of Cassie's legal action, other women came forward with similar claims, sparking a wave of lawsuits.
The violation I have experienced during the assault has had lasting effects on my body.
The NDA, with its overly broad language, has led many to wonder if it's not just a privacy measure but a way to silence potential witnesses. This NDA takes confidentiality to levels that Elliott finds deeply concerning. Typically, NDAs allow people to discuss public knowledge or information received from third parties, but this document leaves little room for any such discussions. It seemed designed to prevent people from even mentioning Diddy's name if there's a chance it could be related to anything worth discussing. Elliott calls it terrifying, as the lack of clear boundaries suggests that anyone remotely linked to Diddy could technically be covered by it. The document doesn't define who qualifies as Diddy's associate, leaving it up to interpretation. The result? Well, people who've signed this NDA may feel compelled to hold back any details, fearing they could somehow break its terms even without fully understanding them. Elliott believes the NDA's murky wording isn't accidental. For him, it's intentionally structured to discourage people from speaking out about what they see around Diddy. When people read this document, he suspects most of them would be alarmed enough to avoid sharing even neutral or unrelated details simply to avoid possible repercussions. And while NDAs can be legally challenged, it's unlikely that everyone signing it knows this, which only strengthens the control it has over them. For instance, while the document technically wouldn't stop someone from speaking in a legal setting, such as in court or during an investigation, how many ordinary people know that? To the average person, this NDA probably reads as an unbreakable code of silence. The power of an NDA like this lies in fear, according to Elliott. With its all-encompassing terms, most people likely wouldn't risk violating it, even if they witnessed something troubling. Elliott notes that if any illegal activities went down at Diddy's gatherings, anyone who signed this NDA might hesitate to report it, worrying about potential retaliation. They'd probably resort to vague responses like "I didn't see anything," rather than risk speaking out. With the stakes so high, this silence only serves to benefit those who might want to keep their actions hidden. Attorney Brad Cohen, who had represented high-profile clients such as Drake and Kodak Black, says NDAs are common things among celebrities, particularly those who have massive wealth or influence. With fame comes an increased risk of rumors, leaks, and exploitation, so NDAs are often used to prevent sensitive information from surfacing. According to Cohen, for people of Diddy's stature, NDAs serve as a shield for opportunistic individuals who might profile from spilling details about their private lives. However, he also acknowledges that these NDAs can go too far, especially if they're weaponized to silence people who have genuine grievances or witnessed illegal conduct. Elliott suspects the NDA presented at the studio was possibly an emergency measure crafted to quiet people who were present during the alleged pew-pew. While this theory is speculative, Elliott explains that the document's vagueness could indicate it's meant for moments when something serious happens and immediate damage control is needed. He suggests that Diddy's team likely has other NDAs, perhaps better worded for routine interactions, while this one is saved for urgent, high-stakes situations. Diddy's parties have long had a reputation for being decadent and exclusive, with rumors swirling about wild activities behind closed doors. With the emergence of this NDA, it feels as though these stories of over-the-top events and questionable behavior might be less about myth and more about hidden truths. For those attending Diddy's gatherings, it's clear that privacy isn't just requested, but it's demanded, with severe consequences for those who might dare to speak out. The situation surrounding Diddy's NDA isn't just about protecting a brand, it's about creating an aura of mystery and control. By wielding an NDA as vast and vague as this one, he appears to have set the stage for secrecy on a grand scale, leaving people with more questions than answers. What exactly happens at these parties? And why such extreme lengths to keep it under wraps? Diddy's parties were known for their star-studded guest lists. Some of the biggest names in music, film, and fashion were invited, making these events a top-tier networking opportunity. Imagine an A-list roster featuring artists, actors, and influential figures from various industries mingling and enjoying top-shelf amenities. Each party reportedly followed a specific theme or dress code, often encouraging attendees to go all out with creative outfits and impressive attire. While much of the public image around Diddy's parties highlighted fun, luxury, and exclusivity, recent lawsuits and testimonies have surfaced that paint a different picture, suggesting that some events might have crossed the lines of comfort and respect. Accounts from former attendees have described uncomfortable situations where certain guests felt pressured to partake in activities that they weren't entirely comfortable with. These accounts allege that Diddy's parties sometimes encouraged guests to engage in behavior that felt excessive or beyond the usual scope of a social gathering. In the end, it's not just about privacy, it's about power. Diddy's NDA, with its wide-reaching terms and intimidating language, paints a picture of someone more focused on maintaining control than on simply staying out of the tabloids. It's a cautionary tale for those in his orbit, a reminder that in Diddy's world, silence isn't golden, it's mandatory. And for everyone else, it leaves the question, what really goes on behind those closed doors? What do you guys think about the NDA? I think an NDA for a party is extremely unnecessary. If you have to legally bind people to not talk about what they saw at a party, here's a thought: you probably shouldn't be having a party. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and we hope you have a great day. Peace out.